So we've talked a lot about the Democratic presidential debates last week. We've talked it ad nauseum. But there was an interesting ad that played during this. And I shouldn't say during, but during the debate, one of the ads that were played during one of the breaks. And it involved Ocasio-Cortez. And I want to play this ad for you. I'm going to run it for you, and then I want to get your thoughts on it. But again, it is anti-Ocasio-Cortez. Her name, it was created by Elizabeth Heng, founder of New Face GOP. This is a new Republican PAC in which images of AOC are burning, while narrator compares AOC's democratic socialist ideas to the murderous, regime in Cambodia. So here we go. Let's play this ad.
This is the face of socialism and ignorance. Does Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez know the horror of socialism? My father was minutes from death in Cambodia before a forced marriage saved his life. That's socialism. Forced obedience, starvation. Mine is a face of freedom. My skin is not white. I'm not outrageous, racist, nor socialist. I'm a Republican.
Okay, first of all, my thoughts on this. Again, Ocasio-Cortez is a freshman in Congress. She hasn't passed any bills. She isn't the face of the Democratic Party. And although Donald Trump...
She's pretty close to it, Brian.
Although Donald Trump and many people on the right would like you to think that she is, the answer is she is not. She also has extremely low approval ratings, as do the squad. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, it is never okay to show a burning image of a senator, a congresswoman, congressman, the president, anybody. And I was outspoken when Kathy Griffin, I think that's who it was, right?
Yeah, Kathy Griffin with the image with Donald Trump, basically in blood, right? Covered in blood.
I was completely against that. I was glad she lost her job. That was inappropriate. Let me make no.
And that's a comedian.
Make no mistake about it. This advertisement is inappropriate. First of all, why would you take the time as a member of the GOP in any way, shape, or form to go after Ocasio-Cortez? Now, we all know Donald Trump is doing it. Besides the fact that I think he's a complete moron, I think the reason why he's doing it is because he wants her to be the face of the Democratic Party. He wants everybody to believe that this is what Democrats believe in, what Ocasio-Cortez believes, whether it be Omar, the squad, okay? But why would you take the time during these debates to run an ad? You would have been, if you're a staunch Republican, you would have been much better off running an ad pro-Trump. I think that would have helped your cause more. But then you have these burning images, and this woman wants to talk about socialism and what her family went through in Cambodia. Look, I have no doubt. I'm sure she's probably telling the truth. But doesn't it hurt your cause when you're talking about, these horrible regimes, and then you show a burning image of Ocasio-Cortez? What are you trying to reference there? You want to light Ocasio-Cortez on fire? I think, again, it was extremely inappropriate. It is sad that the network decided to run that. Money talks, apparently. I mean, what's next? Are the Democrats going to put something up, a burning image of Donald Trump? It's completely inappropriate. It's wrong. What if Barack Obama put out an ad like that, a burning image of Mitt Romney? I mean, what would Republicans have said about that? We need to call this stuff out. It was wrong. I am shocked that the network decided to play this ad, and I completely disagree with it.
Well, the over-encompassing image and the over-encompassing point being made here by Republicans is that if you elect Democrats, the country's going to go seething into the left, right? It's going to go absolutely steamrolling towards socialism. It's a demonization, really, of democratic socialism is what's taking place when you're talking about this. And it's just simply not the case. Why is Joe Biden the front runner in the Democratic Party? It's because he's the guy most likely to go back to the center. Okay? Joe Biden was in the Obama administration. Barack Obama, say what you want about him, he was a centrist. He was a left-of-center guy, but he was, for all intents and purposes, governed as a centrist. Okay? Those of you out there, Republicans, who think that the country is going to go absolutely steamrolling towards the left if a Democrat gets elected, and we're going to start talking about socialism and it's going to be absolutely just horrendous for the country, are absolutely overreacting. Okay, that's not the case. What happens every time a Democrat gets elected? They get, no matter how left they are perceived to be, or no matter how left the left wants them to be, they end up getting pulled back to the center. That's exactly what's going to happen, whether it's Kamala Harris, whether it's Joe Biden, whether it's Elizabeth Warren. Now, Elizabeth Warren, to be fair, yes, is farther left than Joe Biden and some other candidates. But she'll get pulled back to the center because the Democrats are not going to go jumping off the ship. It's going to come back. That's how it always works. It'll end up coming back to the middle.
I'll tell you what I want to do. Go ahead, JD.
Yeah, but you talk about Ocasio-Cortez being a freshman. That doesn't matter, Brian. She is in everybody's mind. She is in everybody's faces because of how prevalent she is and how known she is on social media. And yes, Donald Trump is trying to isolate Ocasio-Cortez, Omar, Tlaib as the face of the Democratic Party, which that's what he does. He isolates his opponents. But I agree, this ad is totally over the top. But Ocasio-Cortez is absolutely a target. Whether she's done a lot, whether she's passed any bills, people know who she is, and that makes her a target.
All right, why don't we take a few phone calls on this? 257-5396 is the GCI Guys hotline. Again, if you're calling from far and away places, 702 is the area code. 257-5396. I think there should be no place for these types of ads in politics. I think it's disgusting. I think it's wrong. And this woman wants to talk about the evil regime of Cambodia and compare it to socialism and Ocasio-Cortez. I don't necessarily have a problem with that, even though I disagree with it. However, I will say that a burning image of Ocasio-Cortez, there's no excuse for that. Again, that number to call if you want to be a part of the conversation is 257-5396. Why don't we take a few phone calls on this? Why don't we go with Mike? Mike, thanks for calling into the Vegas Take. What's on your mind?
What's up, Mike?
Morning. Hey, if you guys really think that if you elect people that are devout socialists, it's not going to change, they're going to go back to the center, I would say you ought to look at the state of California, and that can tell you exactly where things are going to go. When
okay. Well, number one,
complete power.
Number one, I don't know why you would think that because I never said that. What I'm trying to say,
he's replying to what I said.
Chris said that.
It's the state of California. Yeah, look, the state of California is look, out of every state in the country, what's the most quote unquote liberal state in the country?
Well, that's a good argument to be made for California.
That's exactly right. So, like, it's the point being, we're talking about a national election here. Okay,
New Hampshire,
we're not talking about California. We're not talking about San Francisco because that's what a lot of people on the right, they want to bring up San Francisco. This is evidence. This is evidence right now of what the country is going to become if somebody on the Democratic side gets elected.
I didn't say it was going to become. I was using it as an example. If you don't think when one party gets in control, they don't push things one way or another, then you're mistaken.
Of course they do.
They push things, yes, but you understand that everything kind of gets wrung out in Washington, D.C., right? The way that Washington's set up, the way that our Senate, the way that our House of Representatives is set up, you can't go to extremes.
Government works. I was just making an example out of what you stated.
All right, fair enough, Mike.
Understand.
We appreciate the phone call, Mike. Thank you for the call. 257-5396. I just know I didn't say that, but you did, Chris. 257-5396. Let's go to Keith. Keith, thanks for calling in. What's on your mind?
What's up, guys? I was just hopped in the car real quick and was listening and noticed.
How dare you? How dare you hop in the car and listen to our show? How dare you, Keith? The nerve of you.
Well, I was actually surprised that I started to hear all this negative Trump talk and this AOC. Like, let's not pick on her, blah, blah, blah.
No, I didn't say that.
She's a freshman congresswoman. Donald Trump's the president. There's a huge difference.
Hold on. Let me handle this.
Freshman congresswoman, but she's a moron.
Okay,
Come on.
Keith.
Okay,
Let me. Keith, hold on, Chris.
Yeah.
Keith.
I don't think she's a moron. I think she makes very over-the-top statements to grab attention, just like our president does.
Okay, Keith, there are different reasons why I'm not a huge fan of Ocasio-Cortez, and there are different reasons why I'm not a huge fan of Donald Trump. Okay, I don't like Donald Trump. 95% of the reason has nothing to do with policy and everything to do. I think he's just a real horrible human being. Okay, I don't think Ocasio-Cortez is a horrible human being.
But that alone is stupid. That alone is stupid.
I'm stupid? Okay.
No,
okay.
No, not you're stupid. That theory, the
Why?
fact that because you don't like 99% of who he is.
Okay, let me explain.
Like
Would you like me to go into detail? Would you like me? Okay, Keith.
What
Let me.
I care about is what kind of policy they do.
Okay.
What I care about is what kind of things they do.
Okay, so according to me, okay, I get it, Keith. I get it, Keith.
Military goes.
Yes. Okay. So.
Business goes.
Okay. Well, I think.
Individuals go.
Keith, you've made your statement. You've made your right-wing statement. Now I'm going to make mine. Okay. You just said.
Your typical
Keith.
liberal nonsense
Okay.
statement where you try to talk
Now you're
over
going to
me
be
and have
quiet.
it give me the
Now you're going to be
opportunity
quiet and listen. That's how a conversation works. Okay. Pod him down. Pod the idiot down. Pod him down. Okay, Keith. Here's what we're going to do. It's a two-way conversation. You're not going to do a right-wing filibuster on me. Okay. Let me start by saying this.
Liberal bias.
Yeah.
Brian
First of all, Keith, you're the stupid one. And yeah, I'm calling you stupid personally. What do you think about that? And the reason why I'm doing that is because you just labeled me a liberal because I don't like Donald Trump. That makes you stupid and small-minded, okay? I voted Republican. I voted for Mitt Romney. So stop it with your ignorance calling me a liberal. That's number one. Number two, I'll tell you why I don't like Donald Trump, and I'll name a few reasons why since you think it's quote-unquote stupid, Keith, okay? Going after John McCain, going after his war service, saying, I don't respect people who were captured. Gosh, stupid me. I guess it's okay for somebody running for president to go after people like that. I guess it's okay for someone to cheat on their wife and have unprotected sex with a porn star just months after Melania has a child. But again, I guess according to you, me criticizing him for that sort of stuff is stupid. Or grab women by the P word. Or, enjoying talking about sexually assaulting a woman. Or lying on a regular basis. Or attacking a senator on his wife's looks. But I guess that's okay with you, Keith. And it's stupid. Stupid Brian. Stupid me. Stupid me for saying Mexicans are rapists. And they come into this country, they're rapists, they're bad people. And I suppose some of them are good people. Stupid me for putting kids locked up in cages. Stupid me for not allowing transgenders to serve in the military. If you want to talk about policy, my friend, because you sound like a guy that would support that would support transgenders not allowed to serve in the military so that you have the freedom to say something stupid on this radio show, Keith. Go ahead. I'm going to pod you back up and go ahead and say something stupid since you want to call me stupid. Go ahead, Keith. Yeah, keep laughing with that stupid feminine laugh of yours.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it is awesome, right? Because I'm right and you're wrong and you're an idiot. That's why.
I'm going to unpause it and let you talk. And meanwhile, I'm going to talk over you the whole time.
Yeah, it's called potting you down. It's called potting you down because you don't do a radio show and I do. What do you think about that, Keith? Now I'm going to hang up on your dumb ass. Goodbye. You started the conversation by calling me stupid. Now who's the stupid one? You could play that for yourself over and over and over again. If you disagree with something, that's fine. Well, you're going to call me stupid? Guess what? You're the one that's going to look like a buffoon.
What he was trying to say, and he said it very, very poorly, was that it is stupid to care about who someone is as a human being as opposed to how they affect your life, which is obviously related to policy.
Right. Yeah.
You should vote based on how the candidate affects your life, not how they not how they live their life, their own life, because their own life has absolutely nothing to do with your life. And he just didn't do a very good job of explaining that. So Keith, work on that.
Yeah, work on your. You don't project well on the radio, Keith. It's okay though. It's all right, Keith. So I'm glad you got into your car. Thank you so much for listening to our show. But if you were going to start a conversation, don't start it off by saying I'm stupid. That's just a tip next time. You want to call up next time and you want to make your point.
He didn't say you were stupid. He said that the thought process of not liking Donald Trump just because of who he is as a human being as opposed to how he affects your life is stupid, which it pretty much is.
No, it's not.
And some advice too. Future callers out there, if you do that and you do something like this where you call somebody stupid, especially with Brian Shapiro, you're going to unleash the Kraken.
There's nothing stupid, JD, about calling out the president.
That was a serious rant. Yes. I didn't say it was
JD,
stupid.
There's nothing. Hold on. There's nothing stupid about wanting the president of the United States to show leadership and for people to look up to and to show resilience, to show leadership, to not go after war heroes for being captured, to not go after a woman based on her looks, to not go after every single person on social media, to not go after war heroes like Seth Moulton, who was a former Democratic presidential candidate, and insulting him when he decides to back out of the presidential race. Make no mistake about it. There's nothing stupid about criticizing the president based on behavior, nothing to do with policy. There's nothing stupid about that. The highest job in the land. Okay, we're not talking about an everyday office cubicle job. All due respect to those jobs. We're not talking about a construction job. We're not even talking about a police officer. We're talking about the leader of the free world, the president of the United States. And you're damn right, if he shows unacceptable behavior and in my opinion, disgraceful behavior, I'm going to call it out. And I'm sorry, gentlemen, but there is nothing stupid about that. In fact, I think that makes you more American to demand more from the president of the United States. And I didn't really go after Barack Obama's behavior. I certainly went after more about his policy, but there is nothing wrong with holding the office to the high land. If you want to respect the presidency, you can respect the presidency, but you also have to respect the office. And I do not believe that Donald Trump respects the office. And I can give you a gazillion examples. We don't have time because we have to take a break. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Nobody who makes mistakes ever has a right to be president or be in the Supreme Court or be in Senate or be in any position of power when it relates to government. You cannot make mistakes.
Didn't say that.
You have to be perfect.
Didn't say
Larry Poppins. Larry Poppins is a perfect example.
Never
That's the
said
next
that.
president of the United
Never
States.
said that. You're taking it to an absolute extreme, and I never said that. I know you're joking and you're being sarcastic, but I never said that. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. There certainly is something wrong with making mistakes and lying on a daily basis. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. You are listening to the Vegas Take, 101.5 FM, 720 AM, KDAWN.